What's up, guys? Another Behemoth game here. This is the Aviary game that I was talking about during my first Behemoth game. So this is all post-game commentary because I was too tired to talk about what I was doing uh, while I was playing the games. But I took two into Fissure, one into Lava Bomb during this game, specifically because it was Aviary. In Aviary, you can use those tunnels to your advantage. This was more theory crafting on my part because this is my second game as Behemoth, so I was kind of like thinking about what I could do on Aviary with lava bombs, and I'm thinking like as they're following me, I can just throw them back in there, and then they have to make a decision whether they take damage or they don't take damage. Then I can follow it up with a Fissure, and it sounded good to my head, so I just went with it. I think I took damage instead of cooldown reduction as well. I've played around with quite a few things. I've done CDR, damage, move speed, and damage reduction currently on Behemoth. I think I like CDR the best out of all of them. Move speed is helpful, and it might be necessary to get away, and if it is, then that's what I'll do. To get away from the slow, as I was talking about in my last video as well. I still haven't done a whole lot more testing on that front, but I plan to on my days off coming up tomorrow and the next day. So I'll be doing some testing on that and letting people know. I'll also probably be uploading the videos as well, so you'll be able to see kind of how that testing goes. I was already testing it a little bit with Hijinks the day after it came out, and you guys got to see that, I think, in like our Sunny and Trapper videos a couple days ago. But yeah, I'll have to play some more Behemoth myself just to see if I can turn on whoever is stasising me or tranking me or whatever they're doing, harpooning, and see if I can force them to disengage using Fissure or Lava Bomb or even Rock Wall. See if that works, and specifically my Behemoth games, and then on the other side see if I can do it when I'm playing either Trapper or Sunny or whatever. So going into this big biome is usually the only way to go on this map. There's a lot of good 3-meat food inside of here, and then also you have so much more room to maneuver that it's a little bit easier to juke the Trapper when you're leaving this area. A lot of times you can get free stage 2s as well, because the Tyrant outside near the dropship is usually perked, so a lot of times they'll clear it. Or they'll just take a little bit too long getting through because there's a lot of water, so they have to jetpack over the water, and then they don't have enough jetpack to go up the hills to get into this biome. So I think that's what I do. I go into the south side of the biome, I get full evolve meter, and then I'm rolling up to this area where there's a little cliff face and going ahead and evolving here. I'm not sure if this is 100% safe, but I'm okay with this area. Like, there's a little bit of a loop that I can maneuver with, and a lot of terrain differences and stuff that I can work with to mitigate damage. But they don't quite make it to me. Torvald's the only one. I throw a Fissure at him. It does actually hit, which is nice. I force out his personal, and I'm not sure about that one. The sneak bounce, I think that's a little risky. I think the Trapper could be a little bit closer than they are right now against a good player. They probably got lost somewhere along the way, or maybe they were waiting outside of the biome rather. But I saw Gobi just highlight me, and there's my Lava Bomb going in. I think I took, what, 3 and 3? 3 in Lava Bomb, 3 in Fissure, so I'm completely foregoing Rock Wall on this map. I'm just testing this out right now. I don't know if it's the way to play, but I like Lava Bomb because it can force them to disengage just like Rock Wall can. And it's good inside of these tunnels. If you get domed around those tunnels and they're trying to fight towards you, you can just throw a lava bomb in there, and they basically have to wait out the lava bomb, or they have to take a ton of damage. So it seems really good. And these are the two highest damage dealing abilities that Behemoth has, I'm pretty sure. So, but the roll into power attack is just as strong, in my opinion. Like, it's almost a second ability just because you can do that so often. You can just roll power attack and do so much damage that way. So again, I'm throwing this in there. I don't get a whole lot of data from that because I can't really stand there and watch how much damage it's doing. I probably will against a team that's not, like, super good, but at this point, this is my second game as Behemoth, so I'm a little bit scared of losing. I don't have Behemoth really on lockdown yet on how to play him, so I think one of these lava bombs up here I watch as he comes around the corner and just sees how, I just wanted to see how much damage the impact would do. But there's so much different types of damage. Like you get damage from impact, then you get damage from, yeah, it's right here I think. So I'm just holding it and waiting for him, and then trying to lead it. And you can see it's about a third damage impact, and then the damage over time will take him down to around half, I think. But there's a damage when it impacts, there's a damage when you're standing in it, and then there's the damage over time once they leave it. So there's a whole lot of different types of damage values that you do when using Lava Bomb. So I actually take a kind of a bad fight here, because I was already half armor when they threw the dome down. Because Torvald is just wrecking my face. So engaging here is definitely like a mistake. I should be trying to mitigate as much damage as possible, but there's not a whole lot of places to hide inside of this dome. They cut off the area to my left, so it's not a full loop, I don't think. So I'm really close to taking down Medic. I ended up taking him down right there, but I'm taking a lot of damage for it, and I think this is... No, I don't actually take down Trapper right here. Right now I do. Yeah, so I took down Trapper there. 2 strikes though for half of my health. Definitely not worth it. Taking way too much damage from Torvald. I still don't know how to properly mitigate that damage. Like, I think you just have to play a lot more space control oriented, and I think I do that actually on this map during the next fight, if I remember correctly. You have to play in these closed-in areas like this, where you can throw your abilities, and then they have to kind of stand back, and if they come towards you, they take a lot more damage. So you can kind of clump them all up, or only be taking damage from one person. So I'm actually forcing him to disengage here, because he can't go through that lava without dying, which is really good for me. It'll allow me to armor back up. And then I'm just kind of trying to stay into the caves, because I'm realizing how much Behemoth needs these closed-in areas to really deal with the hunters. So with damage bonus, you actually one-shot Mammoth Birds with power attack, but without it, you'll not quite kill them. But I think you can roll, and as soon as your roll damage hits, you do a power attack on top of that, and I think that'll kill them with any perk, without you taking the damage from the Mammoth Birds. So it's always kind of important to figure out how monsters kill Mammoth Birds without taking damage, because they're one of your main food sources. They're like the easiest 3 meats to kill, but they still do quite a bit of damage. They do like a full bar of armor damage, so you want to not take that damage because it's a waste of your armor. So I'm kind of staying in this cave because I really wanted to take a fight here, but I'm noticing that they're not here and that they have someone downed. So they actually let someone die during that fight. So either that, or maybe I had a lava bomb on them and I didn't notice during the fight. So I wanted to take Tongue Grab this time just to try it out. I haven't played around with it a whole lot though. It's quite a bit harder to hit than Abduction, I think, so it's going to be interesting to see if it's even all that useful. I mean, it's really nice when you hit it, but I think it's a little hard to land. But that's just initial testing. I might just need to practice with it. So yeah, they're basically just waiting at relay at this point. So I have half a bar health. You actually gain quite a bit. I think it's like 4 bars per evolve or something. It's kind of crazy with Behemoth. So I was pretty low before, now I'm at half. That's not terrible. I can probably at least stand a fighting chance against them, especially if I could find a nice buff. So their hunter is landing right now. Whoever it was that was down, I don't know. I'm checking the sloth, and it is damage perk. I don't actually remember how this plays out because the game was a couple of days ago. I don't remember if I end up getting that or if they get it or what happens. Because I know that they were like shelling it, so I can't really eat it at this point. I think I try to draw them out of position. Right now I think there's usually like an Arbidon up here, I think. Or sometimes there's an Arbidon up here, I don't really remember. But I'm looking for perks up here just because I know I'm not going to be able to get that damage perk with them standing right there. But at the same point, if they get the damage perk, I think I have enough time where I can wait it out. I remember something like that. So I was thinking like they might get it and I might have to just wait them out. But then I'm noticing like they're not really going to be able to shoot me through this. So what I'm noticing, and I was actually trying to use Fissure through it just to see if it worked. I don't think it did. I just wanted to see if things could go through that. Because I'm not sure exactly how Fissure works. I think it only travels on top of things, but not through walls. So since they're all up on there, I'm just going to roll up to them and throw a Fissure on top of there, see how many people I can hit. Rock wall, it's kind of buggy when you use it on top of cliffs, so I only got 2 little rock faces there. I think I only have 1 into it as well, maybe 2. But I do end up downing, I believe that was Torvald, which, so there goes a lot of their damage. And I hit 2 people with that Fissure, which is really good for me. I think that should be a down penalty on whoever that was, but with the Spore Cloud it's hard to tell. They do end up getting Torvald back up though, which is bad for me. I think it was Slim. So I'm getting a few down penalties, and I'm out of armor at this point, so I kind of want to just play it safe, since they're all back up anyway. Gonna turn and launch a Fissure up there. Hit 2 of them again. It's really hard to dodge that when it's like so close and you're on top of a hill. You kind of think that you're safe. I took way too much damage towards the end here though. Took 2 more bars of health than I really needed to. And I am able to run up here. I remember thinking that they might chase me because I'm a little low, so I was looking for that constantly. So there's the armor down I was looking for before, but it isn't perked. So that's what I'm looking for right here, is to see if they're chasing me or not. See if I have to juke them. And it doesn't look like they are, so I'm okay with taking down this Armadon. Or at least trying to without taking a ton of damage. He hits me, and he actually takes a little bit of life from me as well. Just because of those weak spots, it's really hard for Behemoth to take down aggressive wildlife when they're when he's got no armor. So I'm working on fully armoring back up. And I'm also testing out tongue grab a little bit with this as well. I just want to see how it works, so I'm trying to use it on wildlife and seeing how it aims and stuff. So they end up getting sloth bonus here. You can see it. So I think I remember that what I do is I check the time there. I didn't see what it was right now, but I remember in-game I checked the time, and then I realized that I could wait out the buff. That's 5-minute timer. So it's probably going to get a little bit boring because I'm just trying to like look around the map for any buffs that I can get. But at this point, I can't take a fight against Torvald with damage bonus with 2.5 bars of health and expect a win. So, like, the only play for me to do in order to have a chance at this game is to wait out that damage buff. So that's basically the plan right now. So I'm just kind of skirting around the map looking for a buff of my own. And if I find one, I'd probably just stand next to it for a couple of minutes just to try to time out their buff as much as possible. Also, I'm testing tongue grab as much as I can. Tongue grab's an interesting ability because, like, I don't know if they're going to have to increase the radius of the tongue or something to make it a little easier to hit at long ranges, because the range on it doesn't really matter at this point. because you can't really hit it, right? I don't know how much the range actually gets to. I don't know if it's the same as like abduction levels, but hitting a 100-meter tongue grab would be, I mean, it would be insane, but I don't think it would be practical. I don't think you'd be able to consistently do it. I think it starts at like 30 meters, which is okay. I guess another plus side of this is that I'm leveling up my skills. Yeah, I think that buff that they have has like 3 minutes left on it. I remember I was kind of timing it, and you could see me check it right there. So they actually follow me a little bit here. They know that I'm probably waiting out this buff, so I kind of see Torvald just waiting for me here. I'm trying to tongue grab him into me. Just playing around, but you can see just that one volley takes around 2 bars of health from me. Or 2 bars of armor, rather. So I can't do this too much, or else I'll run out of food inside of this biome. So they're split up at 2 different entrances. They have 2 and 2 right now. And of course Gobi sees me. I don't remember if I noticed this or not, but Gobi sees me, so they have a good idea that I'm going to the other entrance. So I think 4 of them like group up and I end up getting out of this biome. I don't really remember. Like right now with them split up, my idea is if I can single one of them off and kill them before the trapper arrives, I'm probably okay taking a fight, but if I can't do that, then it's not worth it. But their buff should be taking off almost any time now, so. Yes, it's kind of a risk for me to be like just wasting 5 minutes of the game, but I think I would die if I took a dome with them having damage buff. It's just too much. So here's a little buff for me, which isn't bad. It's not the greatest thing ever, but for Behemoth, it's not bad. Armor regen. I don't think it's based off like max armor though. But I did get birds, so it kind of called them to my area. So all 4 of them grouped up, you could see there. So I decided to just not go out that way. I was going to try to tongue grab one of them, but they all 4 grouped up, so I just go back to the other area. And this is where they group up, and I end up, I think, escaping this biome without taking a dome. So they got Gobi on me, but I'm already outside, so I'm able to escape this. I don't remember if I turn on them, or if I get domed, or what happens. I might actually have to go back into this biome. They could have probably domed me here. They follow me in a little bit too closely, so I mean, I'm okay with fighting these tunnels. Like, that's a pretty big advantage for me. I am starting to time out now, though. And I'm getting spore clouded and such, but not that big of a deal. I try to throw out a fissure through the rock wall. So I separate their team on one side of the lava bombs, and then Torvald on the other side, so I can deal a lot of damage to him. Take down his personal shield, but I am at half armor, which is kind of scary for me. I am inside of a dome, so I have to play this kind of turtley on the one side of the tunnel here, and they can't really go through and engage on me. It's pretty hard for all of them to get through without taking a ton of damage. I do trap at least one of them on one side. I think it was only him, so I ended up, I think, maybe downing him. It's the spore clouds are really hard to see what is actually happening in this fight. Yeah, I did down Torvald, which is good for me. I think I actually decided to go on this because Torvald's dead. And I believe their damage bonus is out as well. As soon as I can smell, yeah, it is out. So Torvald's on the other side, he's dying. I got another down penalty there. So this is like the all-in that I'm going for right here. Just have to make sure that they don't get everybody up. So they ended up getting up whoever this guy is. I think that's Trapper, maybe? Yeah, that's Trapper. I ended up getting the tongue grab. That's like the first tongue grab I've landed on hunters right there. I felt so good about it. But I ended up killing at least 2 people there, so they split off. I think there's 2 alive, and they split off in different directions. So I'm gonna try to armor a little bit up, but I'm mainly going for the relay to try to end it before they drop. I am also at 2 minutes, so the timer's paused right now, but I need to do something to start pausing it in a few seconds here. So that's a good amount of armor. I think I go on the relay here. I don't know if there's only 1 or 2 people up at this point. But the timer will pause if you're hitting the relay, so I'm okay with this. I remember thinking that they were going to let the relay die because I didn't see anybody for a really long time during this this relay smash. But then I see him way down there. I try to keep him exposed thinking that I don't see him, and then I roll towards him because he was really out in the open. He must have ran too far past the relay and then had to come back for it and didn't have enough jetpack. So I end up getting this sneak bounce. I don't know if this is the end of the game. Yeah, it is. Okay. So there was only 1 person alive, but yeah, you can see. Behemoth is pretty good in tight areas and pretty good on Aviary in general because of the tunnels. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.